Hey everybody, I have not done a red light review for a long time, and there's a good reason for that. Number one, most of the red light panels out there have incorrect information about how intense they actually are. Others that are correct about the intensity are too intense for full body red light therapy, or the distance that you have to stand from them based on the way the specifications and the lighting are set are not giving you true, deeply penetrating red light therapy. So today, I'm going to talk you through this GembaRED Vector. So this is the GembaRED Vector, and you can see, here's my hand, it is small. So that's actually one of the things I really like about this light. It's small, and we're going to talk about why that matters and why here, this little light can do full body red light therapy. That's right. You don't need 6-foot panels covering every wall, ceiling, and floor of your room to get full body red light therapy. In fact, something as small as this can give you full body red light therapy. Now, this is the GembaRED Vector. GembaRED has lots of red lights on their web store. You can go to GembaRED.com. I do have an affiliate relationship with them, so if you use discount code SLEEP, just like it sounds, you get 10% off, and yes, I do get a commission if you buy a red light from GembaRED. The reason that I have a partnership with GembaRED is their lights tend to have the lowest measured EMF coming off of them from electric and magnetic fields. You won't find any Bluetooth on here, so you're not going to get any microwave radiation from using your red light panel. That's not something you can say of nearly any other red light company. They build in Bluetooth and all sorts of electromagnetic frequencies in the microwave range that you probably don't want to expose yourself to when you're doing red light therapy to get the most therapeutic benefit. This, you can see there's two types of lights here. These are going to be invisible right here because those are the infrared lights, while the red lights you'll be able to see when it's turned on. So 670 nanometer wavelength red light, that's deep red light, and then 810 nanometer infrared light, which is the invisible light. It penetrates a little deeper. Those are two really well-studied wavelengths of light for red light therapy. Typically, when you're doing red light therapy, you're exposed to pretty strong magnetic fields you look at the back of most of the red light panels, they have fans in them. Not that that's a bad thing, it's cooling the LEDs. Those fans, though, produce a magnetic field that can expose you if you're concerned about EMF during the usage. Those can expose you to a magnetic field and also an electric field, both from the fan, but also from this cord. So this cord is moving electricity, which creates an electric field, and alternating current, AC electricity, when we plug it in, creates a larger electric field than would direct current or DC. But these lights run off AC current, typically. Not necessarily the case in the GembaRED. So the GembaRED, I want you to pay attention to the cord. So the cord set plugs into this converter. It converts the AC coming in right here into direct current. So this is where the largest amount of electric fields is going to be coming in, is on this cord from the AC electricity. But coming out of this power brick is direct current. And so getting this direct current closer to your body, not that you want any electric field close to your body, but you need something close to your body because it's got to plug into the light, right? Unless it's battery powered, which if you go onto the website from Andrew on GembaRED.com, he probably tells you how to make a battery pack that this can run off, which would be even lower EMF, and then it makes it portable. So while this converts it to direct current, that means, I'm going to drop it here, everything along this line is direct current, which is extremely low electric field or electric EMF. So the part that's closest to your body is going to have the lowest EMF. That is absolutely brilliant. And this is why I always source my red lights from GembaRED, because they're the lowest EMF. He didn't put fans in the back. The LEDs don't get super hot. And then he uses this direct current close to your body to minimize as much as possible the EMF. He has measured the EMF on these devices. some of it with third parties, as well as measuring the peak wavelengths from third parties and even measuring the intensity coming off of here. This is really made for whole body red light therapy with skin contact. If you have a high EMF panel, you don't necessarily want skin contact. It's like a giant cell phone. Because if you get skin contact with a lot of electromagnetic frequencies, it's causing stress to the body. And we don't want stress when we're trying to do therapeutic things. So that's one reason why I really like these is the low EMF and the skin contact. So imagine, I'm going to turn this on for a second. So again, the invisible lights are the infrared, right? So now imagine that you are doing red light therapy and you're about 6 inches to 1 foot away, which is the typical recommended usage for most red lights due to the EMF, the intensity, all sorts of things. Now, if you were to put that on your skin, you're going to get deeper penetration and more therapeutic benefit, my opinion, because a lot of this light is being reflected. If you can see red light on my skin, that's because that red light is reflecting into your eye. That means it's not penetrating into my body to get the therapeutic benefit. So a lot of these red light panels are reflecting most of the light. The rest of the light is getting absorbed potentially by blood that's in your skin and below your surface of your skin and not really getting to sites that maybe you want it to get to. So you're not getting as much therapeutic benefit as you thought. But when you touch this panel to your body, even on my hand, you can start to see that a lot of that light now is being absorbed rather than reflected when you get the skin contact. So a light like this, the benefit is, number one, you can get skin contact. I'm going to turn it off here because the intensity is such that putting it on the skin, so this is 30 milliwatts per centimeter squared. A lot of the big red light panels claim 100 milliwatts per centimeter squared or more. And more isn't necessarily better when you're talking about therapeutic dose. In fact, the sun is around 20 to 30 milliwatts per centimeter squared, similar to this panel. And I always like to go with nature. Whatever's closest to nature, I think, is more beneficial. The other thing is the portability of this panel. You can bring this with you when you travel. It's really hard to do that with those giant panels. And when you're watching a movie or doing something on the internet or just sitting on your couch reading a book, you can now use this under your shirt without getting completely naked. And yes, it has been shown that even using a pinpoint laser light or a panel like this can give you full body red light therapy just by putting it in one spot. And that is determined by the amount of energy or photons that are going into your body to then move throughout the body to give you that therapeutic benefit. So yes, you can get full body red light therapy with just this little panel. The other thing I really like about it, and I'll probably do some videos on it, is that you can stimulate, much like you can with other panels. I think it's just easier with this one, is you can stimulate stem cell release from your own body, your own stem cell production. You get stem cells from bone. And when the red and infrared light connect with bone, they can release stem cells. So the places where you can feel bone more easily, so the skull, the sternum, and the tibia, which is that part of your shin, you can feel your shin bone. You can just stick this red light right on that shin bone, right on your sternum, on your skull, and get your own stem cell therapy completely for free. So I really like this vector light. I've got red light panels. People would send them to me all the time. I have a closet full of them. And I don't even stand in that closet anymore with those red light panels. I literally just use this vector. And the other benefit is this is $249. So for $249, if you use the discount code SLEEP, that's 10% off of that. That's like $25 off roughly. $249. So it's like $225 for this panel. I mean, you can't beat that when you're paying $800 to $1,000 for a giant red light panel that you have to hang up, you have to get naked, use it in your closet. I can use this with my kids home. I can just put it under my shirt. I can pull my pant leg up and put it on the tibia and get all sorts of benefits. I can put the bottom of my feet on here and get red light therapy or even some potential reflexology points on the bottom of the feet by putting my feet on this. That's not necessarily something you would normally do with a panel that's so big and hard to move around. The low EMF makes this another winner with the direct current because of this inverter that keeps the high electric fields away from your body. Andrew is the owner of GembaRED. He's really thought of a lot of these things in producing this panel. The other thing is you can toggle between red and infrared or just red. So I'm going to turn that on and you can see that I've got red and infrared on, but of course you could turn some of those off if you wanted to and switch between just red or just infrared. You can see it's got a timer. So the 10-minute time period is about what you want to use this light for on your body. These are the infrared lights. So you can kind of see them in the camera, but they're mostly invisible. If I was to turn the red on, you see it gets a lot different. Highly recommend this panel. I've been sent, I'm going to say like 4 years ago, every panel that was on the market. So I know there's other biohackers that do pretty much only red light panel reviews. I don't want all those red light panels. Don't send me anymore. I'm not going to use them. I use the GembaRED panels because I really believe, and I've seen, you can go to GembaRED.com and look on their blog. Andrew does really great research on the published literature and what it tells us about red light therapy. And he makes his products according to that therapeutic benefit disclosed in the literature with the lowest EMF. And I'm telling you what, the lowest price points on the market for his products. You literally can't beat the deals you get for the benefit. And he's gone out of his way to keep the EMF the lowest compared to any other company out there. And even going so far as to teach you how to make a battery pack for these lights so you can use them in your car or wherever completely on battery power. And the fact that he puts this inverter externally. Now, LED lights do need direct current, but typically the inverters are inside these panels, which means the closer you get to the panel, the more EMF you're exposed to. Andrew puts it outside the panel, so you can put this away from your body, and the part of the panel that's close to your body has the lowest EMF. You don't want the highest EMF closest to your body, like a lot of the other red light companies do. So this also has a kickstand on it. If you want to get your eyes, you don't want to put this right in your eyes, but if you were, I'm going to see if I can get it on camera, a little bit away and you tilt it towards your eyes and you look into it, that's fine. You just probably with the intensity, you wouldn't want it in your open eye because of the kickstand. Could you use this in your hotel room for ambient lighting at night so you're not exposed to blue light? Absolutely. Could you use it to get some skin benefits? You're not going to get as deep penetration far away, but you'll get the skin benefits, the anti-aging, the reducing fine lines and wrinkles, all of those things from putting this kickstand on and doing your work in front of your computer and mitigating the blue light with some of this red. Now, don't keep this on close to your body all day long, because here's the deal. With too high of intensity red and infrared, we can cause a biphasic response, or the opposite of therapeutic. We would cause potential harm to the body by using too high of a dose of red light. So some of those giant panels, A, a lot of them overestimate how intense they actually are. And B, if they really are as intense as they say, they might not be the greatest thing to use for full body red light therapy. You might be getting too high of a dose, plus a lot of it is scattering off the skin anyway. So if you're getting the right amount of red light from it, the right intensity from those giant panels, it might be too much. So GembaRED Vector, highly recommend it. This is like my family and I are pretty much only using this red light. We were also sent a GembaRED spacer, which I'm going to show you in one of the next videos. It's probably similar to the size. I need to open the box, but you can see this is the box for the Vector here. It's pretty small, and you get an instruction manual with it. Tells you how to use it, gives you the specifications here, which are also on the website. So if you go to Andrew's website and you look up this light, you get all the specifications. He is very open and clear about all the specs on his lights. Most red light companies don't do that. So check out the GembaRED Vector. This is my number one go-to therapeutic red light, and it's perfect for anyone just getting into red light therapy.